Good afternoon everybody, Max Norbury here, and today I am going to focus our attention on the hand of greed. Now throughout this video we're going to learn everything there is to know about what the hand of greed actually is, what it is in real market terms, looking at some examples of what the hand of greed is, how traders are affected by it adversely, and then moving forwards we're going to look at, most importantly, how to minimize its risk. And then finally, what's up and coming in the next video. So without any further ado, let's get going. So, what is the hand of greed? Well, the hand of greed is the driving force behind the psychological effects that rewards and incentives have on human behavior.
So, how and why does the hand of greed adversely affect retail traders? The hand of greed can lead to a number of problems, like irrational trading decisions, poor trade management, over-risking, using too much leverage, or even cutting corners in the process, all of which will ultimately lead to a retail trader's demise. Okay, let's have a quick look at some live examples of this happening in price action. Hey guys, so let's have a think about what the hand of greed may look like in the charts, for example. So if we think about some of the problems that we were originally discussing a moment ago, cutting corners in the process, or using too much leverage, or over risking, for example. If we take this natural gas chart for a moment here, the hand of greed can lead to areas of, like, let's say, choking the trade that you may have heard of before, whereby we want the utmost risk reward, but we don't want to risk too much money to make it. So let's say, for example, we're aiming for a really nice trade here, but we have the stop loss at a position where we could be, getting stopped out incredibly easily. So we take something like this, for example. Now, although an 8.1 to 1 risk reward ratio, or reward to risk ratio, is fantastic and it sounds amazing, the probability of that hitting its target is extremely unlikely. You need to give the trade room to breathe. So that's just one very prominent way that people are suffering from the hand of greed. Another one is whereby we are risking way too much per trade. So let's say, for example, we have a 0.5% trader and we have a 5% trader. The 0.5% trader, he's going to make his gains more slowly, less volatile, but he is going to have longevity and consistency on his side, which means he's going to be a market participant for much longer than the individual who's using the 5%. Now the 5% trader, if he loses, let's say, goes through a drawdown period, loses 5 trades in a row, that means he's going to lose 25% of his available capital. Now, if you're trading on behalf of a professional proprietary trading firm, like our City Fund, for example, you're going to be blown out a lot of times. Now, there's a lesson that I try teaching everybody from really early days. It's not about over-risking or over-leveraging yourself to make money. You're not going to see thousands and thousands of dollars heading into your account by risking a very small fractional percent of your account balance. But by simply just risking 0.25% and simply looking for a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio trade idea, all you need to do is get 2 winners per week, and you do that on a weekly basis, and you will see 4% growth every single month. Now, if you think about the fact that there are 12 months in a year, that 4% per month really starts adding up. This is going to create disciplined approach, consistency, and longevity in your trading careers.
Doesn't look great at the end of the trade when you don't see tens of thousands, depending on your account size of course, tens of thousands land into your account. But it's about longevity. It's about
trading for an income that you need to live on to begin with before you think about going out and buying your Lamborghinis and your super yachts. Okay? That's what it comes down to. Okay, that's great. So how can we minimize the risk of this happening?
So, the best piece of advice that I can offer you to get over and get through the hand of greed is to make yourself a trading plan. Trading plans are an absolutely essential tool to any successful trader. Now, I discuss this in my private mentorships with my students all the time, and I get them to go through and make an extremely robust trading plan. Now, we offer advice on this in all different formats throughout our trading community, but trading plans can vary from trader to trader, and that's fine. But you want to focus around some core principles. You want to focus around the strategy, what the execution and the exit criteria are, how you're going to navigate the market with those rules in place. You want to consider the risk in terms of your risk management strategy, thinking about things like maximum daily drawdown, maybe put a trade limit in there as well. And you want to think about treating trading like a business. This is very, very important. Every business in the world known to mankind takes losses. There's business expenses. There's things that you have to spend money on, like your trading platform, maybe, for example. All of these come under business expenses, but with a trader, you have to pay to participate in the markets. And this is what a losing trade is. Now, the only time, and this is something I've said since the beginning of time, the only time I know when I'm a real loser is if I lose a trade based on myself cutting corners or being not accountable to making mistakes. That's when I'm a real loser. If I'm accountable consistently, and if I'm following my trading plan and I'm following my rules and the trade's a loss anyway, I don't care about that loss, because that loss is just a cost of doing business in the markets. Some valuable advice there, guys. So I'm going to wrap this video up there. So in the next video, we're going to learn everything there is to know about paying respect. What exactly is paying respect? How does it adversely affect you in the markets? And ultimately, how to overcome it. So everybody, I'm going to wrap things up there. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to catching you in the next video. I'll see you then.